Hello, this is Mrs. Taylor, and I am going to demonstrate for you how to add polynomials, first with algebra tiles, then by hand. So in this example, we have the polynomial 4x squared minus 6x plus 9, and we're going to add it to a second polynomial, 3x squared plus 8x minus 10. We can use algebra tiles to add these two polynomials together, and if you go to your Google Classroom, you will see that I posted the link. Here it's titled Simplifying, but if you open that link, it will take you to some virtual algebra tiles. And so if we want to represent our polynomial addition problem with algebra tiles, what that would look like is 4x squared minus 6x plus 9 would require me to have 4x squareds. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And those are positive, so I use the blue tiles. Minus 6x means I need 6 negative x's. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Plus 9 means I need 9 positive ones. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So now I've represented my first polynomial, and if you look down here, they've also translated what I put in tiles down here at the bottom. And so you see it here, matches here. I now need to represent my second polynomial. So 3x squared means 3 positive x squareds. 1, 2, 3. 8x means 8 positive x's. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then negative or minus 10 would be 10 negative ones. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. After I get both of my polynomials represented, my next step when using algebra tiles is to pair opposite tiles. What that means is that if I have a negative x tile and a positive x tile, I pair them together. And what happens is when you combine them, an x and a negative x added together make 0. So through this animation, you see that they combine and then disappear, because when you combine them, you get 0. So they eliminate each other because they add to 0. And I just continue to match up my opposite pairs until I am left with no more to match. I do the same with these ones and the negative ones. And this can get a little tedious, but it does help you visualize what you're actually doing when you're combining like terms, you're adding polynomials. And then what I have left over after I've combined all of my opposite pairs is the resulting polynomial from adding these together. And they tell you down here on this line, but also you can see it with the tiles. I have 7x squareds, so this would equal 7x squared. And then I have 2x positive x's, so plus 2x. And then I have 1 negative 1, so minus 1. So this polynomial addition problem simplifies to just 7x squared plus 2x minus 1. That is how you would add polynomials using algebra tiles. Now, if I was asked to do this by hand without the algebra tiles, there's a few steps I would take to accomplish that. So I'd write down the polynomials, and then I would rearrange so my like terms are together. And so this 4x squared and 3x squared, they are like terms because they have the same variable and the same exponent. And so I need a little 3x squared here in this blank. I think I'm going to have to make my font a little smaller. We'll try that. So let's see, 3x squared. Okay, and then the negative 6x is a like term with this positive 8x because they have the same variable, the same exponent. So plus 8x. The negative 10 and the positive 9 are like terms because neither of them have a variable. They are called constants because they don't have any type of variable. And then I would add those terms together. And your exponents do not change, the variables do not change, you just add the coefficients. 4 and 3 are coefficients. These vocabulary words I'm using are the ones you will have taken notes on through the web quest. So 4 plus 3 is 7, and you leave it as x squared, so 7x squared. And then we have a negative 6x plus 8x. Negative 6 plus 8 is positive 2, and the x remains just x. And then negative 10 plus 9 would be negative 1. And that would be my answer. 7x squared plus 2x minus 1. Is it the same as what we got when we did the algebra tiles? 7x squared plus 2x minus 1. Yes. So some of you may prefer to use the algebra tiles. Some of you may prefer to use this method by hand. Either method is fine with me. If you don't have access to the virtual algebra tiles, you may choose to just sketch it out, what that would look like, and then cross out the pairs that eliminate. Either way, this is how you add polynomials.